So by setting my portable power station up this way, the 12-volt section is now running this camper. We are running from this unit instead of an onboard battery. It's really easy to do, and the list of benefits here is long. We're going to talk about those, but the most important thing here is these videos are for entertainment purposes only. Consult with a professional before you do anything to your camper. Hey, Brian here with DIY Outdoor Life. One of the things I like most about my teardrop camper is I have unlimited off-grid capability. It doesn't matter where I'm boondocking or how long I'm out, I don't run out of energy on my camper. Now, food and water is another story, but I only run a $200 AGM, 100 amp hour AGM that's attached to the camper. So I use a lot of solar, but most of my high-end performance comes from the use of portable power stations. I've done a bunch of videos on this. I'll throw them in a playlist so you're able to check that out. But today's video is going to be about a real simple hack. I use a simple plug like this that I bought on Amazon to backfeed a portable power station inside the cabin of my teardrop. It's going to be really neat. Let's check it out. So to set this up, I'm using a double-sided male automotive plug. Now I'll put the link to this exact plug in the description because this one is the proper gauge and it actually has 2 fuses. But I'm simply plugging it in to any 12-volt port on the camper. In this case, there's one right next to the load center, and that's always preferred when the wire lengths are short. From there, I'm just plugging it into the portable power station. When I power this up, it's going to turn on the fuse block for this camper. You see, the fuse block is built together, so you can think of it like a manifold, a pipe with a lot of different pipes going off it. It doesn't matter which side you stick the hose to, the water's going to come out the other holes in the pipe. That's how these fuse blocks work. So when I backfeed power into this 12-volt port, it's going to energize the whole fuse block and distribute that power throughout the camper. It's really, really easy to do. But because these portable power stations have a regulated plug, that makes it a pure output. It does not want to be charged through this plug. So the first thing that I'm going to do is make sure you understand how to eliminate any other sources of power. We want this portable power station to be the only thing that's powering this fuse block. So there's a couple potential sources of energy that get supplied to the camper, but the obvious one when you're boondocking is a battery. Now I know a lot of people who do this just turn the cutoff switch off on their battery, and that's acceptable, but I really like to err on the side of being cautious here. That's why I use a DC plug. It's a 45 amp Anderson, and I've showed you how to attach that in another video. There's lots of advantages of doing that. But once that system is disconnected, now this battery is completely removed from the camper. It's no different than if I took it out. If you don't want to be bothered by these things, it's perfectly acceptable to just back the positive and the negative leads off your battery. That way we're separating the battery from the fuse block. Now the other advantage here, and why I tell people to wire their solar directly to the battery, while my camper is running on the portable power station, I am still getting a solar charge on this battery. So you're able to use one battery or the other and still charge while the battery is disconnected. The other thing you want to do is disconnect the 7-pin plug from your tow vehicle. You should get in the habit of doing this anyway, even if you're staying attached to your car. Sometimes there's a relay that turns this plug off when your car's not running, but you never know when someone's going to pop back in there and turn the key to roll a window down. So like I said, with the solar wired directly to the battery, we won't need to use the solar on the side. And you don't want to use shore power here either. This is a boondocking tip, so there probably isn't a pedestal nearby. But if you want to run a generator or something, unplug the portable power station, turn your battery back on to be able to do this. What we're trying to do is isolate that portable power station as the only source of energy. If you made a mistake here, you would either blow a fuse or more likely turn off the outlet on the unit. You see that regulated port is a pure output. If it tries to detect you charging it, which is what would happen if you plug something in here, it's gonna shut itself off. Nothing sets on fire, nothing blows up. We're just trying to set this up to have the highest performance. So now we've ensured there's no electrical potential in this device. So when I backfeed into this, this wire feeds the fuse block in the same way that the wire to the battery would have. So this does not know the difference. Everything in here, like my lights, my fans, my furnace, are now going to run on this 13.5 regulated volt from this port. It really couldn't be easier. But there's a few limitations we should know. These type of automotive plugs have a 10 amp current limit. That's what they're capable of putting out. A lot of campers might have a 30 amp limit and they'll use a 40 amp fuse like mine. Some campers even have a higher limit. It's okay to be under that. What it means is that you're only going to be able to run around 120, 130 watts worth of devices or less. So for me, that's everything. I can run the lights, the furnace, and my refrigerator and have no problems. If I want to do something extra like charge my laptop, I just plug it directly into this unit that's inside my teardrop. It's no problem. But if you have larger electrical appliances, maybe sliders or something like that, you might struggle with the 120 watt limit. The most convenient part is this device will tell you how many watts it's drawing. Right now, the light system is just drawing 5 watts. When my refrigerator turns on, it might go up to 45 or 55 watts. So that gives you a great indication of how much this is able to do. If you get near 120, 130, you might want to turn some appliances off. So I hope you were able to see how easy it is to set your power station up this way. But some of you might still be wondering why you would do this. There's a lot of reasons. For me, the first one is value. I put a link in my description with a promo code that I used that allowed me to get this unit for $350. It's a 600 watt hour lithium iron phosphate battery. So there's an excellent value there. If you throw in the $200 that I paid for my AGM, I'm still almost 50% of the cost of a name brand lithium iron phosphate battery. So at that lower cost, I'm also getting a pure sine wave inverter, comm screen with intelligent information, an MPPT charge controller built in. So there's a ton of value here in just going with this system over a larger high quality battery. So the next one is cold weather performance. I bring this battery inside the camper with me. Lithium iron phosphate batteries do not charge below the temperature that water freezes. They stop working altogether when you get down below 0 Fahrenheit. So my AGM will continue to work, but no batteries like that temperature. All the batteries begin to sag. So by getting your battery inside, where your camper is either heated through your body heat or a furnace, is going to increase your performance for our winter camping trips. So the other thing that I love is that you can take a much more skilled approach to harvesting energy. Sometimes the solar conditions are bad. Some of the best campsites are under canopies of leaves or by big old hemlock trees. This allows you to move your battery and charge from the sun where the sun is coming in. So we can park in a good shaded spot, but still be able to harvest energy in the day where the sun is coming in. If you go for a trip with your car, you can plug this unit in, wherever it is, over here, and charge it from your car while you're driving. I even know some people that go get breakfast in a coffee shop and plug their wall charger in while they're having their breakfast. Now don't ruin it for the rest of us. Leave a good tip and don't drag some big monstrosity into a Starbucks or they're gonna ban it for the rest of us. Okay folks, I hope you found this video helpful. Remember to consult with a professional before you do anything like this on your camper. I wanted to share this because it's a great little hack that has really given me more capability with my teardrop. But I want to be clear that there are pros and cons to each way that we use energy. There are some big advantages to going with large fixed batteries on our camper. I just like the flexibility and the economy of going this route. If I had to do this every time I went camping, I would definitely upgrade my battery. This hack is really for bad solar conditions or my super cold weather trips. It comes in handy. All the other times of the year, I get to use this when the power goes out in my house. I really like the options here. So I'm gonna include a video right here on other things that I do with portable power stations. I'll also put a link in maybe below that will include a playlist on reviews that I do for different systems. You'll be able to do this with any portable power station on the market. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.